Listen, I've been coaching women with their dating lives for the past 10 years. And it's actually something that benefits me teaching men because most of the strategies I teach on this channel are based on things that men did to the women that made them so obsessed that they had to come to me to make the guy so that the guy can like them. You ever wonder what those guys did that makes these women obsessed? And let me tell you something. These women are not 80-year-old grannies, nothing wrong with grannies. They're usually women in their 20s, professionals, super attractive, and that they have a guy in their lives that they're just so obsessed. But what are those guys doing? That's what I learned when I coach these women. I'm gonna teach you guys some of the lessons about female nature as well that kind of shocked me. When I first started coaching women, I did not expect to get for women to be the way that they are, right? But now, after 10 years, I've compiled how many? 5 things that I've learned about women that I believe a lot of guys need to understand. Okay? All right, so if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, like these women too, you guys can book a one-on-one phone call with me today, and you guys can tell me about your situation, and I can give you guys some advice. And if you guys want to purchase my courses, click on the description down below. I'm coming up with a course. It's called The Game or The Natural Man. It's one of those 2 names, and it teaches you guys how to attract women the natural way without going to hell. All right, let's begin. So the first thing is that a woman will overlook your looks. And this is why I talk a lot about this in this channel. She'll overlook your looks if she's known you for a while. Meaning, when you meet a woman at the bar or club or on Tinder, dating apps, that's only for guys that are really attractive. A woman will judge you based on your looks and on your money and fame if you meet them in a bar or a club or Tinder. Why? Because they're giving you quick judgments. Quick judgments about you where she knows where you're gonna know her and Jesus Christ, where you're gonna know her that day only. Women will judge you quickly. But if she sees you and gets to know you over the months, weeks and months, meaning you go to work with her or you go to school with her, and she gets to know you in that way, and this is most importantly, you're not trying to hit on her, a lot of women by mistake may fall in love with you. As long as you don't try to hit on her, as long as you're not needy and creepy, as long as you keep yourself in shape, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're a good person, that's when women say, be yourself. When women say, be yourself, she's not saying be yourself at a club. No, she's not saying be yourself on Tinder. She's saying, when you get to know a woman over time, women fall in love accidentally a lot. And they call me about that. Where they met a guy, they work together, and after a few weeks and months, she realizes she likes the chemistry they have, and boom, all of a sudden she's in love with him. Now, the problem is that it doesn't happen often, right? Like it's like it doesn't happen as often. But if you really think about it, the percentage of women that will end up liking you randomly when you know her from school is much higher than the percentage of you swiping right or going at a club. You're gonna be rejected hundreds of times before you meet one that you like. But if you really pay attention to your life, you rarely meet new people that you get to know over time. Like you get what I'm saying? Only at work or school. And if you really notice, and if I had to poll men, I would think that it's actually 1 in 50 at worst that somebody's gonna kind of like you. 1 in 50, right? If you're an average guy. But if you meet them at a club, I'm telling you the percentages of meeting someone long-term at a club is much lower. So these women come to me because they fall in love. And usually when they fall in love, they don't fall in love because she met her at the grocery store. They fall in love because they go to the same yoga studio consistently. They fall in love because maybe they go to the hiking group and they see each other every day. They fall in love because maybe they work together or they have a project together. That's usually the best way that a woman meets men. Like that's usually how women meet men, but usually that's the most efficient way. The problem is that guys are just not as social, and so they don't get to meet women that way. Next thing is that women decide if they like you pretty instantly. And you'll see that because she's consistent, she calls a lot, she texts a lot. The rate of how often she calls or texts you, women tell me this, that anytime she's obsessed over a guy, usually they respond quick, they're always looking at their phone, and guess what? They're not busy a lot. Women are not that busy. They're only busy for the guys that they don't like. Next thing is that women usually come to me because of inconsistent behavior, which tells me that whenever you are inconsistent with a woman that likes you, it provokes uncontrollable, creepy behavior from her. And they start to stalk you only when you start acting inconsistent. They start to stalk you. They're very observant who you add on Instagram, so be careful. And above all, they get really obsessive, right? And so when you act inconsistent, you can provoke those reactions from her. The problem is that some guys are just too needy and creepy that you don't have the discipline to step back and let her do most of the work. So remember, inconsistent behaviors is a woman's kryptonite. Like it's, I'll be honest with you, inconsistent behavior is why women call me the most. So this is why it's a good idea to every now and then act inconsistent with her. Next thing is that boss bitches, the women who make a lot of money, feminists also, unfortunately, they're all lonely. Like those blue hair girls, those girls who subscribe to feminism, and I say this as I don't say that as a good thing. It's sad, but a lot of them, when they're in their 30s, you know, a lot of them regret. And what they'll do is that you'll see feminists. When you date a feminist, they'll want a kid pretty fast, especially if she's in her late 30s, and that's because she waited this long, right? So feminists in her late 30s have this like they're rushing, trying to rush things. Don't date them, right? But don't do that. The next one. Be careful with women who like you fast. And that's what I noticed is that a lot of women who fall for love bombing, a lot of the times it's because they're not over their exes. And usually the love bombers, the women who fall for love bombing are usually the spiritual type, are usually the empathetic type, are usually people with parents who are narcissistic, usually women who may have some drug addiction, who are artists, who are travelers, who travel a lot from hostel to hostel. A lot of those women are running away from intense emotions. That's what I've noticed. And women who are like that usually have a spiritual appeal to them. Don't go for them. A lot of the times they're not over their exes. A lot of the times they have a lot of baggage with the past, and that's why they move around so much. That's why they go from ayahuasca retreat to meditate. Like it's just jumping around from experience to experience. It's usually because they're running away from intense emotions. And so be careful with the spiritual girl, with the girl who you met at Arizona in Burning Man, right? With the girl who lives in the middle of fucking Nicaragua because she's in a meditation group. Like those women are fun, but those women have exes. Those women are stuck in the past a lot of the times, right? They'll have people who they're in love with, and because of that, they're incapable of moving on, or the exes come back a lot. And it's usually ironic because it's usually the spiritual girl that you think wouldn't do that. It's like, no, there's a reason why she's spiritual, because there's some demons up in that bitch, right? I'm trying to think of what else. A lot of women fall in love with their bosses too. That's a big one actually, where the girl's calling me because she's in love with her boss, and that's why I tell you guys, be good at something. Be the leader. If you work at McDonald's, at least try to be the boss at McDonald's, right? At least try to gain a managerial position, a leadership position, because a woman will overlook an ugly guy if he's a leader. A woman will overlook an ugly guy if he's good at something. Women are attracted to men who are good at multiple things and a leader of men. Consistently. Usually the guys that women call me for are guys who are leaders, owners of company, and it sounds, yeah, of course, that's hypergamy, yeah. But it's not the fact that he's a CEO. It's the fact that he's a leader of men. It could be that you have an art, for example, me, I have an art group, and it's free. Anybody can join my art group. Anybody. And so when women come to my art group, they'd be like, oh, they see me like, okay, guys, now do this painting, because I have like, we do comic books, and so we sort of like, we have like a bunch of blank comics, and so people add to it. It's almost like a story that everyone adds to. And so I'm always like saying, okay, can somebody have this painting? Okay, can somebody fill this blank right now? Boom, boom. And the woman sees that and they find it attractive. But it's not the fact that it's the money that they find attractive, it's the leadership quality and the fact that people listen that they find attractive. So that's why if you're ugly, your best bet is to move up in power, meaning move up the ladder of where you work, have groups and lead them, and be good at something. I've seen multiple baddies cry to me over guys that are ugly as fuck because he's talented at something, right? So these are some of the things that I've learned from coaching women, man. Let me know what you guys think about this, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I could tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing, where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.